Good morning. It is Super Saturday, and you are here with Girls with Gigs. I am Ciandra Dilly, and this is...
I am Michelle Portier, and we are here just to chat with you about how you can effectively collaborate in business as sisters, as friends, as all of that. But the bottom line with any kind of relationship is not only trust, but relationship. And so how to establish a rapport, build a relationship, build a friendship, and how that translates over into business. And so that's what we're here to talk about, you know.
We are. And so we're just super excited, like I said, to be here before you this morning. We are actually in Hanover, Maryland. I think I pronounced that correctly.
You did. Hanover,
you know.
You're right.
And I'm actually here on a speaking gig today. So this is something that we are literally carrying out as we're talking to you. As you can see behind us, there's a parking lot with the Sheraton there. We're here in the West and making it happen. This is a beautiful hotel, by the way.
Right.
And Michelle's here supporting me on my event with the National Christian Writers Conference that's taking place with the founder of it, Antonio Crawford. And this is an amazing event, and we're so happy to be here. And so many times I've been with Michelle.
Right.
She's actually invited me on her platforms to speak and to give and to empower and pour into other women. And so now she's here literally doing the same for me and supporting me. And we want to show you what that actually looks like on a day-to-day basis. And so I know a lot of networks are, when you're networking with one another, they're small, and sometimes you don't have the support, the sisterhood, or the friendship to be able to do all the things that you need to do. And so we want to show you just basic ways and just how sisters can actually connect and help one another. For instance, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I wanted to kick in and say, Ciandra was talking about how you don't have the support and the small networks. And again, the bottom line, it goes back to having the trust.
Yes.
Eliminating that competitive nature that we all have. I mean, it's human nature, we have it. But as women, because I'm not going to say we have strikes against us, but we have more challenges, more obstacles because we are women going into a professional arena. We have to learn to link together and bond together. And we have different speaking styles, but they complement one another.
Yes.
And we learn that through speaking together. We've been on numerous platforms, I'm not going to say several, where we just had a very different style. And we had some challenges, but the key to us being able to work through those challenges is that we had the hard conversations.
Yes, we did.
You know, and for example, I'll give you an idea. We were doing a series of workshops for an organization, and we hit some roadblocks because we had very different styles, and though we had expectations, we didn't fully discuss those expectations.
You got it.
And so, you know, there were some schisms.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a very candid conversation. I don't know how long between we had the challenges, but we had the conversation. But we had the conversation. I mean, we just got really real and raw. I mean, there were some tears shed. There, you know, our feelings. We talked about our feelings because as women, we are emotional creatures. But bottom line, we got to the bottom of it, and we didn't allow it to affect our friendship because we've been friends for a long time.
Yes, indeed.
And so we were able to work together now. Because when the challenges came, we addressed them. We didn't allow resentment to set in. We didn't allow that to fester. It may have taken a moment before we were able to talk about it because we had to, you know, internalize and just kind of process it all within ourselves. But I will say this, you are going to encounter challenges just like with any relationship. A business is a relationship.
It is.
You're going to encounter challenges in your friendship. But how you work through those challenges and how you process it is going to determine how effectively and successfully that you're able to collaborate together.
Absolutely right, Michelle. Absolutely right. And I want to piggyback on something that she said, which was key, the expectations. So even though you are friends and you're working in business, because people think that you can't work together, and especially women think, oh, you know, they're catty and things of that nature. We are so above that, okay? We're not even dealing with that because you just have to do the work internally within yourself to not be that person. And if you are that person, then continue to do the work. And if you need help with that work, totally reach out to us. We're going to leave our contact information at the end of this show, and you'll be able to reach out so we can help you actually get better and be better and doing that. So the expectations, that needs to be discussed. Discuss openly, honestly, candidly what the expectations are. Because we had that schism, but because we're mature enough and we're growing and we're trying to be better, we actually had the conversation.
We're not trying to be better, we're
being better. Yeah, we're not trying. We're totally over that try word. We are doing it. Okay, and so are you, and you can do it. So the expectations, definitely talk about that. And definitely separate the friendship from the business, you know, because business is business, you know, and what I'm doing for her, I want to be totally professional and support her in every area of that. And what she's doing for me is the same exact thing. So one of those things is when we talked about the supporting and the networking. So she comes in, you know, when I'm on the platform and I say, hey, you can get with my assistant, you know, she's there with my books and my literature, and she's handing out surveys, and she's doing all of that. They don't know that she's my sister friend, you know,
right.
But she's my assistant, and I look even more esteemed and, you know, received, you know, you kind of had that. They don't have to know, you know, who the people are in your circle, but as long as you're presenting yourself in that professional manner, that's going to be key in getting you more gigs and just also building and showing others how they can do it. And that's what we're doing here for you today.
And I wanted to piggyback off that. The key is being humble and esteeming others before yourself, because we are women of faith, so everything that we do is based on the foundation of our faith in the Word and the Lord. And so everything is done with that solid foundation. And so by doing that, you're not too big. Just because you have your own business and I have my own business does not mean that we cannot assist one another. You know, it's more than a title. Coming into our business relationship, we already had separately established businesses. And so when we come together to do things together, we make sure everything is outlined within our contracts or agreements or, you know, whatever. Just make sure that you have it outlined and be humble, because you know the best way to show others how to lead is you be the example and lead. And you have to first lead yourself before you can lead others.
Exactly.
And so servant leadership, I would say that is key. And I know that's going off on another track, so I'll bring it back in. But that's how we do.
That's how we do it.
When she supports me on my platforms and speaking engagements, it's not something that I asked her to do. It just naturally, she fell in line. You know why? Because there was friendship, there was trust, there was rapport, there was relationship. So if you want to take away anything, it's about being humble, it's about being real about your expectations and verbalizing, communicating that effectively. And if you want to make sure that you're verbalizing or communicating the same thing, speak it back.
Speak it back, because you got to make sure that, you know, the sender, the receiver, the decoding of the message, you got to be able to understand all of that. And she mentioned contracts, and you guys probably think like, oh man, contracts and friendship and business, oh, this is just too wild. But it's business. We separate the two. And so we have to sign off on things because we have to be held accountable. But I know as a business partner, I'm expected to deliver a certain service to her as well as she to me. But when we on our friendship level, you know, it's something completely different. So know how to establish the bounds of the business and the friendship. And hey, and if you don't have a friendship, but you have a like person out there that's out there doing some of the same thing that you're doing, or maybe something even completely different, but you guys are kind of in the same circle, so to speak, you can still partner with that person. You know, people think that partnerships cannot work, but we believe more in collaborations. You know, so we collaborate one unto another to make sure that we are both successful. And so you're going to see this video on my YouTube channel. You're going to see it on her YouTube channel, because this is how you do it. I haven't seen anything else out there like this, but we wanted to show you guys in real time, you know, because we're going to be heading out the door, going over to this conference, you know, to finish up day 2 with the National Christian Writers Conference. And we wanted to show you, again, what it actually looks like. So we're not, you know, up here just trying to, you know.
It's not a bunch of babble. This is real talk. This is real life. This is real experiences. And that's what you have to be. You have to be authentic. You have to want to uplift the other and inspire, because though we do similar things, our objective is the same. We want to empower women, but we want to empower people. And so we do similar things, but we can still come together and do that. There is no competition, because nobody can do or reach the people that Ciandra is supposed to reach the way that Ciandra can.
Exactly.
And nobody can do and reach the people that I'm called to reach like I can. But we can do it together. Collectively. And we keep each other accountable. Like if we're not on our game 100%, oh, we're gonna let one another know. We're gonna be real about it, but we're gonna do it with love, but firm love, in kindness. And if you know it's coming from a place of love, then you'll be able to receive it. And then if you can't, you'll get over it and come back together. Because I know there's some things she said to me at times, and I'm like, I didn't receive it too well, but because it pricked my heart. But then I had to go back and let her know that, hey, I'm glad you shared that with me. I didn't really like it, but I thank you that you love me enough not to leave me in the condition that I'm in. And that's the bottom line, because this is how we do it.
Sometimes we have blind spots, or sometimes we're in tunnel vision. We're so focused, and it's great to be that way. But if you have an accountability partner, someone that's kind of seeing those areas that you're not seeing, it's going to help you be a better person.
Right.
Putting it into action. Just last night, after we came back and we were getting something to eat and kind of de-stressing and calming down and everything, because it was a late night last night.
Right.
She gathered all the surveys, and I said, well, hey, what can I do better? Because I saw what the survey said, but she knows me on a whole nother level.
Right.
So I said, what can I do better? And she gave me that effective feedback that I needed. He was like, oh, it's criticism and all. Well, it's going to make you better. So, in some areas, you're going to have to get some tough skin and not be so sensitive and not be offended by the things that are being said, because the feedback that she gave me is only going to help me be better, in the market in which which we're working in together. And so we just want to completely encourage each and every person out there today. I know we said this is Girls with Gigs because we are girls and we have several gigs,
Right.
But this is for everyone. I mean, the basis for anything in business is to make money, but at the heart of all of that, the foundation of all that, it should be to help people. We should be providing services or products or something of value to effectively help another person to be be better, and to just help them live their best life now. And so again, hey, we're Girls with Gigs. We're going to leave our contact information at the end of the video. You can watch this video, like it, share it on her channel, on my channel, and we just hope that we've been a blessing to you.
And if you have questions, be sure to reach out to us. If you want to remember us in a way that is easy for you, just remember, this is Ciandra putting it into action.
The Actionist.
And I am Michelle, the recovery strategist. So with that being said, we have other things that we do, but you can find all of our contact information at the end of this video. So we enjoy just pouring into you guys. Make sure that you hit our subscribe buttons, that you reach out to us, communicate with us, give us some feedback, let us know where you are, if it resonated with you. We could go on and on and on, but we got to get Ciandra over there so she can be the actionist that she is.
In action. So thank you again. Love and light, and God bless.